Welcome back to today's Explainer. We're going to be unpacking a seriously fascinating chapter today about how, well, simple Earth gets completely transformed into the things we use in the homes we live in every single day. It's this incredible process that literally starts right beneath our feet with everyday mud and ends up as everything from tiny clay cups to massive, sprawling buildings. Let's dive right in.
So, to kick things off, I want you to just take a second and think about the everyday things around you, just like the chapter asks us to. I mean, you've probably used a pot to store water, right? Or maybe you've dropped some coins into a traditional piggy bank, a gullek, or even had tea from a clay cullahud. But have you ever actually stopped to wonder what these things are really made of, or how they're even crafted in the first place?
To figure that out, we've got a great roadmap for today. We'll be looking at the art of pottery, finding beautiful patterns in nature, building brick by brick traditional mud houses, and wrapping up with safety first in construction.
All right, moving into section 1, the art of pottery. And we're looking specifically at a potter's family.
Now, the chapter introduces us to a young girl named Minnie. She's watching her grandfather, Apapan, go through this exact fascinating step-by-step process. First up, he wets and pounds the clay to get it to the absolutely perfect consistency. Then, he kneads it. Actually, it's exactly like kneading dough for bread. Next, he pops that clay dough right onto a spinning stone wheel to shape it. Honestly, it is basically magic seeing how a totally shapeless lump of wet earth suddenly takes form just by spinning around. But, taking that wet mud and spinning it into beautiful shapes is a massive collaborative effort. It's a real family affair. We've got Apupan shaping the pot, Minnie is there watching and soaking it all in, and our mother Amu is getting ready for the next, super crucial step. Because, well, let's be real, a soft, wet clay pot isn't going to be very useful for holding your water, is it?
That brings us to the kiln. Shaping the clay just isn't enough. It has to be baked. So Amu moves the dried pots into this massive, intensely hot oven, the kiln. And it's that extreme heat from the fire that hardens the clay, completely transforming it from a lump of soft mud into a tough, watertight vessel that's totally ready for everyday use. A real game changer.
Okay, on to section 2, beautiful patterns in nature, where we look at finding inspiration. So once those pots are completely baked and cooled, they essentially become a blank canvas. And to decorate them, Apupan and Amu just look at the world right outside their door. I mean, think about the spots on a leopard, or the stripes on a zebra, or even just the super intricate veins on a simple neem leaf. Artists take these exact everyday shapes from nature and translate them directly into those stunning, intricate geometric patterns that you see on traditional Indian pottery. Pretty cool, right? Moving right along to section 3, building brick by brick, taking us all the way from mud to mansions. Now, a tiny clay pot and a massive, towering brick building might look completely different, but they share the exact same origin story: mud. The difference is, instead of being spun on a wheel, building bricks are actually pressed into molds to get that perfect, uniform, rectangular shape. If you've ever used an idli mold or a cake pan in the kitchen, it's literally the exact same concept. And once they're shaped, those bricks go straight into the exact same type of kiln we talked about earlier. It's baking them in that super intense heat that makes them strong enough to build our hospitals and our schools. We get to track this whole incredible journey alongside a character named Rohan, whose absolute favorite thing to do is watch construction sites. Over the course of a few months, he gets to watch a single wall grow, literally brick by brick, until it becomes this massive building. It's crazy to think about the journey, going from raw earth to shaped clay to a baked brick and finally into a towering wall. Which leads us perfectly into section 4, traditional mud houses, focusing on natural building techniques. Because the truth is, you don't always need baked bricks to build a solid home. In a lot of warmer regions, people construct traditional houses specifically designed to keep the inside nice and cool, using just grass, wood, and raw mud. But wait, here is the absolute most surprising part of the chapter. Instead of using modern cement, they actually use cow dung to smooth out the walls and the floors. No, seriously. And it's not just some eco-friendly trick. Cow dung naturally insulates the house from the blazing heat, and it actively repels insects. It's honestly just a brilliant piece of natural engineering.
So these traditional mud houses are perfectly adapted to their specific environment. It just goes to show that nature already provides us with the best possible building materials, as long as we know how to use them. People are out there creating incredibly comfortable shelters using raw, unbaked earth, totally skipping the need for those massive high-heat factories. Finally, let's look at Section 5, Safety First in Construction, going over those essential construction rules.
Because whether you're building a small mud hut or stacking thousands of bricks for a giant hospital, making things on a massive scale is really hard, dangerous work. And that is exactly why Rohan's father follows some very strict rules whenever he's on the construction site. He's always got on a hard helmet, with a secure strap of course, to protect against any falling tools. He wears a super bright safety vest so the heavy machinery operators can spot him right away, and you can't forget the sturdy footwear to protect his feet on that really unpredictable, messy ground. Absolutely crucial stuff. All right, so today we've seen how everyday Earth gets completely transformed into the most amazing things, from those tiny, beautifully painted pots all the way up to towering brick buildings. Plus, we learn how the professionals manage to stay safe while literally building our world. So, as we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with a fun question. If someone handed you a giant pile of raw earth today, what would you build with it? And more importantly, what rules would you put in place to keep everyone safe while you're building it? Definitely chew on that for a bit, keep exploring the built world around you, and I will catch you in the next explainer.